Hey, you guys, it's Life of Nikki Lee podcast. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well and living your fullest every day. So, tonight, you guys, we're going to jump straight into part 2 on the Trophy Wife segment. Now, last night we talked about Isis, the girl who started a channel basically calling herself the Trophy Wife, trying to advise young ladies on how to obtain a high value man, how to be a graceful wife, whatnot. Okay, so tonight it's time to hear the hard truth, y'all. We're just going to get straight into it. And if you're easily triggered, you can click off now because these are the things that need to be talked about. Now, Isis, I did some research. I reviewed some of her older videos. And in comparison to what's going on now, I can definitely see what went wrong. And also, here's some things that I think a lot of people don't look at when they go out here and they actively look for someone that they're trying to date. First things first, Isis, beautiful young lady. I believe at the end of the day, all she wanted to do was be established. But we got to be honest here. A lot of decisions that this young lady made was out of pure desperation. The fact that she dated this man for some months and then they stopped talking and then they got back together and they started dating again and then up and got married, that was very irresponsible. Very irresponsible. Now, I'm all for hearing from someone who's been through some things and they may have some advice here and there because they experience highs and lows. And I'm all for hearing the transparency of others. But let's be honest, some people should not be giving advice to others. No disrespect to Isis, but this is still a traumatized young lady. Okay? And you know how easily she recognized what was going on with her daughters? It was because she had been through the same thing as a little girl herself. When she was just 17 years old, she intentionally got pregnant. And she'll, admit wholeheartedly that she didn't think things all the way through, right? So, like I said, she was very young. She had not the highest self-esteem, which can also be detrimental for a person. And she acted out of desperation because she wanted to be a wife and mother. Okay. At one point, she was doing very well for herself financially, but she was lonely. She wanted someone there. Now, have you heard people say, don't go and drink poison just because you're thirsty? This is like the kind of situation we're talking about this right now. When you are out here and you're looking for, just basically trying to date, excuse me, y'all, my phone and everything. When you're out here looking for things that you want to place into your life, things that will have a permanent place in your life, you have to be very careful, okay? First of all, you have to be careful who you listen to, what you're influenced by, and you have to have self-love. You have to have a sense of yourself. You have to know who you are inside. You have to heal the inner trauma. You have to do the work. Because if you're not whole and you don't fix yourself, you cannot advise anyone of anything. And when I'm talking about you have to be careful who you listen to, these damn relationship gurus, and that's one of the most reckless things I hate about the internet now. Everybody wants to pull out their damn phone and think that they can just advise people on things. And behind closed doors, these people who go and try to give relationship advice or say, oh, you need a high value man, high value woman. You need this. You need to be more feminine. You need to be more graceful. These people sometimes don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. These people wouldn't know a good relationship if it fell in their lap with damn instructions. These people couldn't keep a good relationship because they're so damn toxic in real life, but they're not going to tell you that. Because you know why? They want clicks and views because it's all about their personal gain. And that's the dark side of the internet that y'all need to be mindful of when y'all are listening to these people. You need to be careful who you are influenced by, because a lot of people who were blaming Shera 7 because Isis mentioned her in some of her older videos that she was, influenced by this lady. But I believe she was inspired. But no. We're not blaming Sprinkle for this. This lady took bits and pieces of what she heard from people that she liked, and she applied it to her own life recklessly. And those are the facts. And speaking of which, Shera 7 replied to all the backlash that she was getting because people were coming for her and saying, oh, well, you gave bad advice and this, and that. So I'm going to play a clip right here for you right now so you can listen.
Sitting out there, you learned everything from me. Did you learn how to be smart? Did you learn how not to be desperate? That you didn't learn from me. You learned from whoever putting clips out on TikTok 30 seconds long. You didn't learn from me. Sprinkle. Did you learn from this channel or did you learn from 30-second clips on TikTok? Because I didn't put those out. You didn't learn from the YouTube channel? Did you learn over here? Did you learn what I said after 30 seconds? Did you hear what I said after Sprinkle? Or before? Did you hear that? Did you hear what I said, stop being desperate? Did you hear what I said, don't be a pygmation? Did you hear when I talked about background checks? Did you hear when I talked about all this other stuff? About not dealing with men if you have kids until they're old and grown enough to speak for themselves and be in school and whatnot? Did you not hear when I said all of that? Who's not following the real account? Don't blame me.
All right, so you guys heard that clip, right? Now, not only Shera 7 did Isis say she was influenced by, but she also was a heavy listener to Kevin Samuels. Now, hate him or love him, people were pretty much divided on the advice that he gave. He made valid points, but let's be honest. Kevin Samuels, God rest his soul, he was a 2-time divorce man. Like, he, in a lot of ways, I think he saw a lot of breakdowns and weaknesses in people's interactions and relationships. And he made a platform for himself. And then he took it and ran with it. And honestly, he made valid points, but you could also see where he wrapped it into his own, his own ego and his own bullshit. You have to be careful who you listen to. It's okay to be inspired by something, but you can't full on take these people's advice because, for one, if you listen to someone that's just on a 30-second clip, right? Like what you heard Shera say, versus just really getting into their platform and hearing what they're really spewing out, there's a difference there. Okay? There's a huge difference there. And a lot of people, they don't want to take accountability when shit goes wrong in their own life. And they say, well, I listened to this person and they told me to do this. First of all, like I said, work on yourself first. You have to have a sense of self. And people out here blaming, Shera 7, it's Sprinkle's fault. No, it's not, because if you're going to call out her, you need to be calling out Kevin Samuels too. He was ill-advising a lot of men out here who were already toxic as hell. He was putting a battery in the back of bums. And let me be very clear about this. A high value man isn't just dealing with money, how he carries himself, his character, how he acts. It's not just about what he has in his pocket, because truth be told, a lot of men who have a lot of money and they know women who just come to them, who just want their money, they're going to treat them like shit anyway. And a lot of them are just looking for a physical thing. It's just, they're looking at the aesthetics. They're not truly looking at the woman. Because truth be told, if you're talking about a man with a lot of money, guess what? It's going to be more than one woman. And I don't know what people are calling a real high value man these days, but it doesn't just come down to money. This should be a man of, if you're talking about high value, you should be talking about a man of integrity, a man who's going to carry himself well with respect and dignity, the man who is going to have the woman in his life, the only woman in his life that he wants to marry and have mother of his children, and not be out here making her look like a damn fool and not playing himself. But everybody wants to give advice about what you should do in a relationship. And so many people out here are already broken. And then they hear some, a few seconds of a clip that's relatable, and they're like, oh, yes, I need to do that. And the whole time they've completely let it fly over their heads that they haven't done anything to help themselves first. They still have shitty self-esteem. They're not right spiritually. They haven't healed inner traumas. But you out here trying to hop and bop and get on the next person. And see, that's why you see a lot of failed relationships, a lot of failed marriages now. Hurt people will get their crazy ass out here and hurt everybody else because they're not complete inside, because they're broken. And you think these people come in your life wanting to love you? Hell no. They're ready to let all hell break loose on you. And you'll be sitting up here thinking you about to get the best of everything, living your best life. And the whole time, girl, you done ran into a damn demon. And men too. Y'all go out here thinking you about to flex for the best, honey. And y'all run into some of these crazy ass women who will never give you peace. And it's time to start being honest with ourselves. This shit is ridiculous. Focus on you. And sometimes, you know what? You need to turn that damn TV off. Turn those damn videos off. Spend some time with yourself. Go take your ass outside and go touch some grass. Go meditate. Go self-reflect. Read your Bible. Be spiritually grounded. Develop a relationship with the Lord to guide your path. Because y'all are looking at the wrong things. And it's not going to be easy, but do you want to be whole, or do you just want to have the aesthetic of looking like you got your life together? Because that's what a lot of people are out here doing. They want the aesthetics of marriage and children and having a beautiful family, but inside they are broken, unhealed, and unhinged. When is it going to stop, people? And if you don't stop yourself and you don't check yourself about these things, life will do it for you. And I promise you, you're not going to like it when that happens. So you guys, we're wrapping up segment 2. I'll be back tomorrow night with my final thoughts on everything. My prayers go out to this young lady, Isis, and especially her children. And I hope to God that she's talking to all her children and, just making sure they're all okay. And this hasn't happened to all of her because, like I said, she has 2 other boys too. And I just hope and pray to God that monster didn't do what he did to them as well. But leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts? Or and opinions on self-reflection and doing the inner work. All right, you guys, I'll catch you tomorrow night for part 3. This is Nikki Lee signing out, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.